Come now. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, Christian Ugbaja joins us now. He's the chairman, Nigeria Union of Allied Health Professionals, Lagos State Council. Thank you for coming on this morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Are you presently working?
We are working 100%.
How is it 100 without the doctors?
100 in the sense that the only thing we're not having is new admission. But all the patients, all inpatients already on admission are still getting the services required in every department.
Including services of doctors?
I'll tell you one thing about even the doctors. They're right now on strike, but they breathe in and see patients in their cars.
How do you mean?
I am telling you
in
the gospel.
Cars?
In their cars, they see patients in the name of private practice and go to, for a place where I work, they go to the private X-ray center there, obtain the service of X-ray, and see these patients without getting the money into the coffers of the government.
Whoa. Which area have you seen this happen?
It happens at National Orthopedic Hospital, Ubobi. That's where I work.
How do they see patients in their cars?
I am telling you what we see every day. They're on strike, but the strike is cornered into private participation.
Is that the impression the allied workers have about this doctor strike?
That is what we have observed in our hospital. And at that point, even the unions there, we are thinking of a way of meeting the management and telling them, this is what happens. If you're on strike, you keep away. Not when you're on strike, you come and find a way to circumvent the resources that are coming to government.
It's a, you know, we really have to, I think we should put things in their proper context, because, right. I mean, we do know that when patients are ill, or when people are ill, when they go to the hospital, who they want to see is a doctor.
That's right.
Whether or not, so there's no way you can say that, you know, you're working 100%. How is that possible?
Yeah, at least there is no, usually when there is strike, what management does is to release all the patients, ask them to go home, okay, until the strike is called off. But in our own place and in other hospitals, there was nothing like discharge of patients. So they continue having their attentions. The doctors have done their own. It now remains for the other health professionals to carry on with the management of the patient, and that will continue. Mind you, again, the consultants are working. So the ones they see and bring in, we attend to them.
It would seem that you don't see any reason for doctors to go on strike. You do not, that's what it looks like, that you do not agree with the conditions upon which they've gone on strike.
That's correct. I do not agree with that. And in fact, it's not only me, all judicial unions. Because we know very well that from the beginning, it used to be the doctors will go for negotiation of anything and they give whatever percentage they deem fit to other health professionals. And because we're not really interested in this money of a thing, we try to adopt the system of teachers saying that our reward is in heaven. Our focus is on our patient, the well-being of our patient, because anybody can be a patient at any time. So we were not really interested in the financial gains that come. You okay? Because even if you look at it practically, you have millionaires in this country, you have paupers. Everyone eats 3 meals a day. And at the end of the day, even the common man will be able to train his or her children up to university level, as well as the billionaires. So you find out that life continues. I have not ever seen anybody who consulted, you know, irons to make coats or dress because it's costlier than cotton. You understand? God has a way of protecting people's interests.
But just a moment, so we don't get too philosophical here, but are you saying then that are you all of a sudden interested, because we've seen that Joheso has gone on strike a couple of times to clamor for certain things. They've been able to obtain certain things also through the courts as well. Are you then saying that you're not interested? If you're not interested in money, why did you go to court? If you're not interested in money, why did you go on strike as well?
Well, it's just this issue of relegation, looking down on other health professionals as if they don't mean that they don't want it being in the hospital. All we know is that the hospital attention is a teamwork, okay? You do your own part as your scheme of service prescribed for you. And I do my own work too as the scheme of service prescribed for me. So at the end of the day, there is no need for you to negate my own work. When you know, actually, Even this treatment we are talking about, how does it start? When a patient comes to the hospital, the patient sees the doctor, who now clerks and direct. If he requires laboratory services to be sure of what the patient is talking about, you do that. X-ray, you do that. Physiotherapy, pharmacy, and all whatnot. So at the end of the day, what does he do? He correlates, whereas the other professions would have done the real work that is required for this patient to be
But
well.
you agree that at the end of the day, you don't take the decisions. It is the doctors who do.
At the end of the day, they have not negated my own decision, which I have done at my own level. My own level determines the decision they are going to take. Because you cannot say my decision is nothing and you do something else.
Do you agree that the doctors head the medical profession?
I would not say they head the medical profession. It's only in this country, because of arrogation of power, they feel that they have it all, which is not true. Okay? What we're saying is that the medical professions is a teamwork, which can be headed by any medically trained person. And that's what we're talking about. You are medically trained to be the doctor with your MBBS, your curricula, as it is. I am medically trained as a radiographer. Okay? All of us went through the same system of pathology, anatomy, physiology, and all whatnot. So, I mean, there's no difference in it. It is the same textbook all of us are using. But then, you measure at your own area as your own scheme of service stipulates. So, along the line, all the time, they have been saying, they are the leader, they are the leader. Who told you you are the leader?
So who is if they are not?
I am the leader in my own profession. I mean, director of radiography is the leader in my own profession. And so also the director of physiotherapy, laboratory science, and so on.
But is it also true that sometimes you have those other professions encroaching on the responsibilities and functions of doctors?
They equally do. Anybody that encroaches on the responsibility of other is considered a quack, no matter how degree you have. Since your own degree is not specifically on that profession.
Yeah, so now that you said that, what does the group or JOHESU or allied unions do when they see that kind of matter to send a message that we do not support this kind of act?
Yeah, but because of the fact that at the end of the day, it is the doctors that determine what they do. Even if you implicate anybody, they will kill it. It will not see the light of the day.
Who would kill it?
For now, they are the medical director of the hospital. They are the head of the clinical services. They are the head of, so many areas. Thank God that at least government has listened, knowing fully well, because it was not one-day job. It was a research that was done both by government and the professionals and even the unions, okay? And then proved that these people are really worthy of having what they're asking for. And even this January of a thing, the agreement NMA reached. That was even the time we were pursuing, okay, we have won about 5 cases in the court, okay? Implement, secularize these things, let implementation go on. That was a meeting we were having, okay? And in the attempt of making the government to do that, we said that we're going to go on strike in the month of May. But when the Chibok issue happened, and all these insurgencies, the union said, no. This has gone beyond what we expected. We shaved that off, okay? And rallying around the government to provide solutions. Okay. And we were there to do the work.
Has there been any of such disciplinary cases that either yourself or the union has taken to Medical and Dental Council and they killed it?
Medical and Dental Council in the very first place, we don't call them union. It's an association, just like you have association in other health professions. Okay? We have Association of Radiographers of Nigeria. We have Physiotherapy Society of Nigeria. They don't act as unions. So something that has to do with your place of work, it has to be taken up by the union, not an association. So we found out that.
There has to be something, there has to be a body that deals with discipline within the medical profession or a health institution. So if you have overstepped your bounds, for instance, perhaps a radiographer overstepped his bounds, a doctor overstepped his bounds, there's supposed to be a committee that looks at that within the medical institution. Do you have any such?
I have never seen a medical doctor being, queried by disciplinary, committee. But other health professionals have done that. They usually put them to answer queries in issues that concern them. Okay? But it shouldn't be like that. What we are saying is that if you want to discipline, if you want to be really fair, let everybody be involved. If you commit, there's nobody that is above mistake. If you commit that mistake, let them try you so that others will equally know that you are not above the law. But what we get in hospital setup is that anything that concerns a medical doctor, don't talk about it.
One of the things you're agitating for is consultancy. We're already being wound up so quickly. You're agitating for consultancy. The court has said put a hold to it for now. Let those who have been appointed remain. What do you think the benefits are for you? How does it improve your job if you are appointed a consultant?
Okay, fine. The issue of consultancy has government regulations. Like he said while he was here, the chairman of Edinburgh, Lagos State, as if once you have your first degree, that gives you the authority to become a consultant. In other health professions, it's not like that. Apart from having your fellow in your own profession, you are expected to have additional certificates. And for instance, if I have to answer a doctor today, I would have had my master's, I would have had my PhD in the relevant profession. It's not that you just come out because you have first degree, you become a consultant. And I want to tell you that consultancy of a thing, cut across every profession in Nigeria.
But they say within your profession only.
Why would they determine what happens to my own profession? They have their own, they follow their curricula. They should allow other health professionals to follow their own curricula as well.
How does it better the work you do?
It betters the work because the higher you go, the more educated you are, and the experience is equally added.
Okay, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Christian Ugwaja is the chairman, Nigeria Union of Allied Health Professionals, Lagos State Council. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
We'll return after this break. Don't go away. All right, it's time to go through some comments from you, and we will start with this one that we hope will pop up on your screen now. So it should. We'll wait for it.
Oh dear, the directors are saying no.
We'll have a lot of comments on people. You don't want to take them? Okay, all right.
Blame it on the director.
That's why we'll draw the curtains here today. So we want to, but there you go. We'll see you next week. What a week it's been, though. Thank you for watching all the same. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Oh, thank you. I'm Maukwe Ogun.
Well, many thanks. I'm Sulaiman Alede. See you again.